Hey Aquarius, welcome to Laura's Lily Temperance. Today we're doing your love read. This is for anyone, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the sign of Aquarius. And as always, a general read, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Aquarius, I am taking in personal readings, so if you're interested, my email is in the description box below. So let's get into this. You know, I shuffle this and I see separation, and this is exactly what this is. I feel, Aquarius, there's an energy. Oh my God, exactly. You deserve love. You're finding more happiness, okay? And I feel this energy of seeing things much clearer, dealing with, there's a very mature energy, as I always feel with you guys, Aquarius. I love you. I love your energy. But there's a very a mature approach in what's happening. And I feel like you're seeing the toxicity of your person, or just how they also brought out a part of you that just wasn't you. So the separation is serving as a purpose right now. So let's see what else Spirit wants to give, why we're getting this guidance in the way. I'm getting very single guidance in a lot of the readings. And because I just feel like energies are very tough and the collective is going through a lot right now. See, separation comes back a lot. So to me, this is the main focus here, where this is about the self. So yeah, keep an open mind. There's an expectation here that's being challenged. We have children. This could be childhood wounds. I do feel a lot of you are really healing childhood wounds. We have wedding, which represents a lot of you were married or in a long-term relationship. This could be also a family and you guys had kids together. And I feel like also what's being challenged here is perception, perspective, finding yourself in this time. I feel also for those of you who don't have children, I feel a lot of you are, those of you, this is a very specific message. For those of you who do not have children, this was a challenge in this connection. I think some of you are even questioning if you want children at all. So there's some level of realizations and that's happening here. Or we're in a prior marriage and don't want any more children, and your partner wants children. I'm getting so many messages here, guys, so I'm going to try to keep it as more, this is really about the soul. Yeah, so spiritual strength, 9 of Wands. This seems like a theme with the air sign so far. Check out Gemini's read. Gemini also had this, but Gemini's read was more about spying. I felt more single, but who knows? Some of you may have Gemini in your chart. And I always feel like readings, there's information and growth for all of them. So yeah, memories of love. This has to do with the past. There's a lot of, there were expectations that were not met here. So this is one of those things where it's just disappointment. And I think what doesn't come clear is always that it's really disappointment of ourselves and feeling cheated. I think it's part of the grief. So here we have crown chakra, and I do feel the mind is racing. We have the strength. This is really going to require a lot of willpower, but also diving deep, you know, where again we have spiritual strength. So this is where our inner strength is tested, and there's a lot of grounding, firm foundation. This is the grounding. And then we have solar plexus. This is life force. So this is serious. This is a specific message for sure. This to me shows that we're trying to, this is a space of like, this feels this does feel like a crisis, you know, for someone here. It could be a midlife crisis, and we don't, you know, there's a negative you know, connotation behind that. But really what a midlife crisis is, sometimes we find ourselves, which I love, crown chakra, the number 7, and the Empress energy, the number 3. That there is an expectation of ourselves, which is why Spirit is saying, keep an open mind here. There's an expectation of not meeting a certain life standard. And that would be the expectation of where you thought you would be at this very moment in time. That tends to sometimes that needs to be grieved, and sometimes we go through the motions of life and never grieve the expectation, you know, or at least what we attach it to be to our identity. Okay, we're on this crown chakra. Yeah, so there's a need for optimism. 3 of Wands and 9 of Cups. Really a spiritual journey with the High Priestess. This is kind of finding what your heart wants. What do you need? It's 9 is the Hermit energy, the self again. So this is where you get to find yourself again with the 3 of Wands and kind of see, is it a scary place? Yeah, because, you know, it's the unknown. And it will take someone spiritually in places that emotionally can be very scary. The depths of the High Priestess, when we dive into the crown and finally have this moment to sit with ourselves, it can be scary sometimes. Let's clarify this High Priestess. But it's so necessary, Aquarius. Okay, we're on this High Priestess. It's so necessary. Yeah, 5 of Cups. You know, you get to resolve yourself and you get to see your life. So this is like a review of your life, the world. There is kind of it is a dark energy. And at the same time, so again, all of you are in different timelines. So just know I'm always experiencing the energies in the now. But there is an energy of resolving a lot of these emotions internally, and that's a good thing. And this is kind of, again, questioning life and where it took me and how did I get here? How did this this chapter of my life is changing to an uncharted chapter, 3 of Wands, the future. It's one that you don't know, can't see, and that it can be scary for some, you know, and this is where the inner strength is tested. Willpower, resilience. This is how we need to be resilient to life when we undergo these changes. Those who have kids, their future, you know, this is not only a selfish move, but it's a selfless move as well, because we have other people who were our little people who we're paving the path for as well. And for those who I gave the message of maybe not wanting kids, this is where your mind goes and you're like, you know what, the world is changing, and I'm getting this very specific message. Some of you just don't like where the world is and kind of don't want to contribute in having children either. Okay, more on the strength. So this is where the mind can get stuck, right? So the resilience, the fears, the unknown, the 8 of Swords, right? This is where we kind of, it's self-inflicted, but this is what Spirit wants you to work through this. Some of you are focusing on the wrong things and you have to watch where you're putting your efforts to, your energy. Let's clarify this 8 of Swords. Came around this 8 of Swords. The Moon, it's the emotions. Also, Queen of Wands. So there's like a lack of inspiration. It really is like when you dive, your soul just dives into this space of, don't give up, Aquarius. Don't feel like it's over. It's not over. It's just, you can't see it. It's one of those things and one of those spaces that you're just going to have to trust, and you have to have faith, and the resilience is necessary. So again, your focus with this Eight of Pentacles. Give me more of this Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, again, not being able to see. This is a lot of stagnation. So this is kind of not wanting to see where your focus is. The shift needs to happen, and that's only entirely up to you. Some of you, this could be your person, and realizing that your person was very stuck in one space. So this could be your partner as well, the person you were with, and it just created a lot of limitations. And there's this realization where there was this stagnation, no movement, where there was this stagnation. But I also feel with the strength is that it kind of contracted the ability to move, to feel confident, to move through life without this box of what I'm seeing here, of just only knowing what you know. So there's a lot of fears here. This is definitely an energy of being scared, you know, and just know that it's part of the path, and the growth. So let's see this Four of Pentacles. Page of Wands. So the ending here, a lot of you, like I said, it's a marriage, justice. The ending here is going to really financially tip a lot of you over. But this is about a start over. And this is about redoing life, finding more inspiration. Page of Wands. To me, this Page of Wands is kind of find it out of you to rejuvenate your soul, your spirit throughout this space, that it's a do-over. Death is not just death. Death is also the rebirth. We're entering Scorpio season. We're also entering eclipse season. So a lot of you, this eclipse with the moon, there's a lot of revelations that are going to come up, and it's, obviously it'll require a lot of resilience and a lot of spiritual strength from your part. Okay, more on this Page of Wands, but there's a recharge, of inspiration. This cycle, this is faded. Wheel of Fortune. So change is happening, and finding new ways with the Page of Wands is very childlike. So it's a start over, and you have to give yourself, again, Spirit is saying, keep an open mind. The expectations of what is changing. So the way you see life is just uncharted territory. This is just it. You've got three major arcanas here. Okay, we're on the solar plexus. The Nine of Wands again with the Four of Swords. So clearly Spirit is just, we're back to your overall energy here about this space of thinking, and your resilience, and it's a need for rest and reprieve, healing, and also redefining life, because the solar plexus again for me represents the Empress and the abundance. So you're dropping a lot of the past. 10 of Wands, and change is happening. Knight of Swords really quickly here. For some of you, it feels like too fast and you just can't keep up with so a lot of you I feel an energy of really needing to spend a lot of time alone. Give me more on this Four of Swords. Knight of Wands, the Four of Pentacles again, which we clarified here with the Death. We've got the Knight of Cups and the Tower. This was a lot of energy and the shock or the big change, the epiphanies of life. It's been very, I feel this energy where you're again trying to stay stable during a time of uncertainty, because these are knights, and knights are fast moving, instead of, with the exception of the Knight of Pentacles, but these knights are starting over or in the move of starting over. So there are steps that need to take, Usually the pages represents the steps to me, and the knights represents the movement. And so there's a lot of emotional healing, a lot of your soul like trying to find a way. So there's action needed with the Knight of Wands. There's emotions, you know, rethinking about your dreams in this space, right? The Knight of Cups is the dreamer in you as well, where we propose new emotions, just dating world. A lot of things are coming up of life, but I really don't feel like this is energy of people thinking about dating, but know that love eventually will come on the other side, but not really. But this is about the love, the self-love journey for themselves first, right? It's almost, and also the loss of the desire. Again, the emotional attachment to the action of the expectation of change and our feelings towards life, the purpose, which is what we're clarifying here, our purpose, what drives us. So there's been a lot of change with this Tower that kind of put us in the space of needing to kind of just spend time alone. All right, so this is such a soul. I want to pull this, some soul guidance for you, Spirit. What is the soul guidance for Aquarius? Because this is very, very deep. What is the soul guidance for Aquarius here, Spirit? What do we need to give Aquarius? So signs and synchronicities, a lot of you are seeing this, right? The universe is communicating to you through numbers, symbols, and other signs. Watch them as they hold a deeper meaning for your life. So a lot of you, again, it's this awakening. Definitely a lot. You are definitely experiencing a life change in your soul. Letting go, releasing the need to control, allow the universe to do its job. That requires the faith and trust. And I feel this is definitely the challenge here for what's happening and sharing. Someone may benefit from what you have learned. Reach out and share the knowledge and wisdom you have attained through experience. You will be in a place where you'll be able to share. This is why this is, I know, it's such a blessing and a curse, but we learn so much in these experiences. Know that you're gaining wisdom, and you're also going to be able to share this. And then we have channeling in the bottom. You have the ability to convey messages from Spirit. This is achieved with a quiet mind, removing expectations, and an openness to receive. Thank you, Spirit. That's what I'm saying. It's the expectation. So Spirit in this time wants you to release, keep an open mind, and to release expectation. Be open to receiving. And openness to receive. This is openness to receive a new path. Whew. I'm glad when Spirit kind of brings it together. Let's see what the blockages are for you, Aquarius. Yeah, tranquility. Take your time, slow down. So this is definitely a moment of slow living and kind of taking it, you know, a day at a time. Passion. There's a burning fire inside of you waiting to come out. Time to get creative and work on what brings you joy and happiness. Yep. This is why I said I really feel in the beginning of the read, you're focusing on your happiness. And so there's an energy of needing to start over with this Page of Wands and find inspiration. So this is the reigniting of passion that eventually will, a lot of you, if you're not feeling this yet, the Wheel of Fortune, it's bringing change, and you're feeling it. And maybe you're understanding the energy, and kind of like, if it shows up in forms of stress, sometimes is creative energy. So doing what you love will give you energy and will attract like-hearted people to you. So there's a lot that's guiding you, a lot of you in a very different place, for sure. Let's get one more guidance for Aquarius. So we have, again, more releasing, just like we had let go. Your body is a garden, but you've let others plant flowers in your lungs. They grow while you gasp for air. Cut them off so you can breathe again. So definitely a need to move forward. A lot of you releasing. The stars, some nights I look up at the stars and feel small, but never lonely. Yeah, know that this is not a path of loneliness. And I think that you're being called. You're being called here. And it's a different level of connection. Some of you, this is the number 11, are finally seeing 1111. And that's usually the calling. So Aquarius, tough reading. I love you. And good luck. I really wish, and I'm sending so much for a transition like this, because they're never easy, but be patient with yourself. Know that you're learning about yourself more than anything in this space. So please like, share, subscribe, click that bell button if you enjoyed my frequency, but remember to live always relentlessly in striving aspiration. This is the evolution of your soul, and I'm here to nurture you into the next message. Bye.